Step into the unknown with the shadow frequency and your host, Matt Wilson, as he takes you where the shadows hum.
Welcome, seekers of the unknown, to episode 125 of The Shadow Frequency. I am Juniper, your guide behind the scenes, and tonight we're diving into a chilling tale from 1972, deep in the misty rice fields of Kera, Japan. A UFO encounter so strange, so vivid, it's been whispered about for decades. The Kera UFO incident is a story of mystery, otherworldly objects, and children who dared to touch the unknown. Matt, are you ready to unravel this cosmic puzzle?
Oh, Juniper, I've been ready since I first heard about this tiny glowing UFO zipping through Japan like a ghost in the night. This one's got my skin crawling already.
It's a wild ride, listeners, and we're just getting started, so dim the lights, lean in close, and let Matt take you to the shadowed fields of Kera. Over to you, Matt, in 3, 2, 1...
Greetings, Shadow Seekers, and welcome to the Shadow Frequency, where we chase the whispers of the paranormal. Tonight, we're stepping into one of the most bizarre UFO encounters in history, the Kera UFO incident of 1972, a case so strange it's often called Japan's Roswell. Picture this: a quiet evening in Kera, a small neighborhood in Kochi City, nestled on Japan's Shikoku Island. The air is warm, thick with the hum of cicadas, and the rice fields shimmer under the fading light of August 25th, 1972. It all begins with 13-year-old Michio Seo, a junior high school student walking home from school. As he passes a rice paddy, something catches his eye, a dull silver object no bigger than a dinner plate, hovering erratically above the field. Michio later described it as moving like a bat chasing insects, darting and zigzagging with impossible agility. It wasn't a bird, a plane, or anything he'd ever seen. It was a metallic hat-shaped object, about 6 inches wide and 3 inches tall, with a flat bottom etched with intricate designs, waves, birds, and what some say looked like a trident or flower. Michio's curiosity turned to fear when the object glowed blue and shot a blinding beam of light toward him. He ran home, heart pounding, but he wasn't about to let this mystery slip away. He gathered his friends, Hiroshi Mori, Yasuo Fujimoto, Katsuoka Kojima, and another boy named Yuji, and together they returned to the rice field around 7 p.m. For nearly an hour they waited, eyes locked on the darkening sky. Then it appeared again. The boys watched, awestruck, as the tiny UFO hovered, its eerie glow pulsing like a heartbeat. This wasn't a one-time sighting. Over the next few weeks, the boys encountered the object multiple times. On one occasion, they managed to capture it. Yep, you heard that right. They caught a UFO. Using a bucket, they trapped the object and brought it home. It weighed about 1.3 kilograms, felt metallic, and had 37 small holes on its underside, like a speaker or a drain. When shaken, it rattled as if something mechanical was inside. They even saw what looked like electronic components through the holes. The boys took photographs, grainy, haunting images that still circulate today, and sketched its strange markings. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. The object seemed to have a mind of its own. One night, the boys hid it under pillows, only to find it had vanished, later reappearing by a road. Another time, Hiroshi was biking home with it in his basket when it simply disappeared, never to be seen again. Witnesses, including the boys' parents, confirmed seeing it glow, and some reported it flying away. Even a local mother coming home from grocery shopping saw it lift off into the night. The Kera incident didn't just fade into obscurity. In 1973, it caught the attention of Tsutomu Seki, a radio personality who interviewed the boys and found no contradictions in their stories. Later, a television director featured the case on national radio, declaring their accounts airtight. The boys, now men, have stood by their story for over 50 years, unshaken. Could this tiny elusive craft have been a visitor from another world, or something even stranger? Juniper, I'm getting chills just thinking about those kids holding an actual UFO. What do you make of this so far?
Matt, it's like something out of a nightmare and a sci-fi flick rolled into one. Those boys were brave or crazy to mess with that thing. I can't stop picturing it glowing under those pillows, like it was watching them.
Right. It's like the object was toying with them. All right, Juniper, take us to the break, and we'll dive deeper into this cosmic riddle after.
Wow, listeners, how wild is the Kera UFO incident? Those kids capturing a glowing, buzzing object? It's the kind of story that keeps you up at night wondering what's really out there. Are you feeling the chills yet? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and of course, all the major podcast platforms. Our website address is shadowfrequencypodcast.com. You can stream all the episodes. You can leave us a voicemail telling us where you're listening from. Check out our Shadow blog, and if you want some cool swag, our store is there too. And you can support us by buying us a coffee. Let's dive into the mailbag segment where we share your messages. Stay with me here and gotta hit the button.
It's time for the Shadow Frequency mailbag.
All right, we've got a great message today from Desiree in South Dakota. She writes, love the website and the store. Can't wait to get my shirt. The Shadow Frequency is my go-to for spooky stories that make me question reality. Keep up the amazing work. Well, thanks, Desiree. We're thrilled you're loving the show and the swag. Listeners, want to share your thoughts? Drop us an email at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, Matt, back to you for the rest of this eerie tale.
Welcome back, Shadow Seekers, to the Shadow Frequency. We're knee-deep in the Kera UFO incident, a 1972 encounter that left a group of Japanese boys face-to-face with a mysterious hat-shaped object. Let's pick up where we left off. The boys' encounters didn't just end with the UFO's disappearance. In 2007, 35 years later, the Japan Space Phenomena Society, led by Shinichiro Namiki, reopened the case. Kazuo Hayashi, head of the Osaka chapter, tracked down the now adult witnesses, including Michio Seo and Hiroshi Mori. Remarkably, their stories hadn't changed a bit. They described the object's glow, its strange movements, and the way it seemed to defy logic. But the Kera incident wasn't alone. In 1976, just 4 years later, a 9-year-old girl named Shachiko Oyama from a nearby village saw a similar object. On June 6, while looking for her cat, she spotted a small yellow glowing craft in the eastern sky. It descended into a wooded grove, and when she approached, it pulsed with light, spun counterclockwise 3 times, and shot upward, vanishing. Hayashi, who interviewed her in 2007, confirmed she stood by her account. He proposed the chilling theory. These objects might be interdimensional vehicles, slipping into our reality by mistake. Now let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, the ashtray in the rice field. Some skeptics, like researcher Tatsuya Hanjo, argue the Kera object was a hoax, possibly a cast iron ashtray the boys found at a nearby garbage site. Hanjo pointed out that a similar ashtray with wave and bird designs was common in Japan at the time and could have been mistaken for a UFO. But here's the catch. How does a heavy ashtray fly, glow, or vanish? And why would the boys, their parents, and even Oyama maintain such a detailed story for decades? The Kera incident remains one of Japan's most compelling mysteries. The photographs, sketches, and consistent testimony suggest something extraordinary happened. Was it an alien probe, a glimpse into another dimension, or something we can't yet comprehend? The markings on the object, waves, birds, a trident, feel like a message we haven't decoded. Whatever it was, the Kera UFO left an imprint on those who saw it, and its shadow lingers in the annals of the paranormal. Juniper, I'm torn between wanting to believe those kids touched something otherworldly and wondering if they just got carried away with a shiny ashtray. What's your take?
Matt, those details, the glowing, the vanishing, it's hard to chalk it all up to a prank. But that ashtray theory does make you think twice. This case is a mind bender.
It sure is. All right, Juniper, wrap us up and send us back into the shadows.
What a journey into the unknown, Shadow Seekers. The Kera UFO incident has left us with more questions than answers. A tiny glowing craft that slipped through the hands of some brave kids in 1972. Was it a visitor from beyond or something closer to home? Visit shadowfrequencypodcast.com to dive deeper. Check out our Shadow blog, grab some swag, or leave us a voicemail. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for joining us on the Shadow Frequency. Matt, say goodbye.
Good night, Shadow Seekers. Stay curious and keep watching the skies.
Until next time, stay tuned to the shadows. Good night, Shadow Chasers.
Have a favorite episode of the Shadow Frequency? Let us know. Email us at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com and tell us which episode has kept you up at night, and you'll be entered into our drawing to win a copy of Encounters, True Stories of UFO Sightings, Alien Abductions, and Extraterrestrial Contacts. An essential read for any true believer. Deadline to enter, June 7th. Don't miss your chance to bring the unknown a little closer to home. See you in the shadows.
This episode was produced with a commitment to exploring the unexplained while grounding our discussion in documented discoveries. All interpretations are speculative and intended for entertainment purposes.